Hey fire signs, maybe just to be mean, I think I'm doing the air signs video last. I'm not trying to be mean. You know what? I'm gonna record the air sign video last, but I'm gonna post it first. That's what I'm gonna do. That is good. I just had that thought. So excuse me. Hey fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's your fellow fire sign Liz here to tell you about the celestial weather for this week. Today's Wednesday, September 23rd. I like to get on here and talk to you guys on Wednesdays because on Wednesdays it feels like, to me, a good day to communicate and share messages. Could be because universally Wednesdays are the day ruled by Mercury and a great day for communicating. Okay. We just entered into Libra season. Libra is an air sign. Air signs give us the gift of gab. They give us a certain lightness and they give us wind and moving on. And it's really, to me, feeling like a nice energy for having come out of Virgo season, which was a really heavy time, I think, for a lot of people. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, it was particularly rough. And the West Coast in general had a hard time, but things have been feeling a lot better. The air has been a lot clearer, and here we are in the season of Libra with its air. So far, it's feeling fresh and not stale. Some of the novelty of the relief may wear off, and it may become a bit draining, all of the socializing that could be available. Of course, you're protected by COVID-19 because there are so few social events for you to attend, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know about you, Sagittarius and Leo and Aries, but I am craving social connection and this sort of energy that I could get from being at a dinner party or some type of get together where I could communicate with more than one person and take in more than one perspective, laugh and flirt and have a good time. I am craving that. I'm not sure how that's going to be accessible to me this next month, but I'm going to put some effort into trying to manifest it. Of course, while also being responsible and safe, keeping those vibes going from Virgo. We'll keep the good as we keep moving through the wheel here. Moving into Libra, what Libra season with the sun? So let's see, the sun in Libra, Libra's ruler Venus is in Leo, which I'm feeling like could be part of why I'm enjoying this vibe. Leo as another fire sign, having Venus there to me feels really sweet. Feels like there's access for joy and blissful connection with other people. And I like it very much. I'm into it. Probably the biggest piece of advice for dealing with this time period is to avoid shadow Sagittarius energy coming through. The shadow or faded or unresolved karmic frequencies that come through Sagittarius can feel careless, blunt, judgmental, dogmatic. If you are finding yourself really complaining, bitching, or just exclaiming about how idiotic people are who are on the opposite side of political affiliations from you, and you find yourself going on at length about that, really examine if that vibe is serving you or anyone, and get out of some of these Sagittarius judgmental traps. The other thing you want to look out for is the urge to take off, take flight, and get out of a situation because you feel too overwhelmed and like you can't fix it, especially if you feel that you in particular have fucked it up. So instead of fleeing, using healthy boundaries and communication as well as honesty to deal with it. So take that quality of being able to bluntly say whatever comes to your mind without caring what anyone else is going to think. Because Sagittarius has this willingness to be combative, but it doesn't actually serve people if you're doing it just to try to hurt. or to get back, or to avoid dealing with something that you feel bad about for yourself. Folks who don't have a Sagittarius sun but have moon in Sagittarius, or whose south node is in the sign of Sagittarius, this is really relevant to you folks right now, because the moon just transited over the south node, which is in the sign of Sagittarius at this moment, and for several more months, really picking up on some of our old stories or coping mechanisms that were, once we were overwhelmed, we were just saying, fuck it, we're done and we're gonna get out of there and start over somewhere else. What happened after Sagittarius was Capricorn season. And when Capricorn season occurred, we made civilizations. And once we created these civilizations and put down roots and built structures that were specifically built to last, we found ourselves in a position where it had to be a lot. There had to be a lot of reason to leave everything behind and start over somewhere new. So consider that. And don't fall back on Sagittarius taking flight to escape type of mentality. That is meeting up with some vibes that we have. Neptune in Pisces is encouraging escape, and so let's avoid it. We'll get out of that desire to flee from Sagittarius energy by actually finding good use of Sagittarius energy. We talked about telling the truth. The other thing I would encourage you to do is travel if it's accessible to you. I know it's not available for many people. Even a local road trip could be fun if there's an element of exploration for you, or adventure that could satisfy that craving. And then otherwise, expanding the mind through reading about other cultures. How about philosophy? How about learning about metaphysics? Expanding the mind so that it's like stretching what you previously thought that you knew. And then moving from that, pivoting over to healthy expressions of Gemini energy. So once you have a positive expression of Sagittarius flowing, then you can move into the versatility, the networking, and communicating within your small group or neighborhood in order to fix things locally so that you don't have to escape. And really being flexible and going with the flow, showing up for what the moment is actually calling for. Aries is all kinds of fucked up right now. With Mars in retrograde, the energy is just not moving how we're used to it. We're not getting the satisfaction out of life. We still didn't even have our birthday season in 2020, okay? we didn't even have that. I don't know about you, but I'm still 38. I didn't turn 39 this year because I don't even remember having a birthday season. It's been so not the kind of like popping, lit energy that one would be craving to celebrate being here on this planet. And fire signs really do want to have that experience and feel alive and enlivened. It's been really hard. Aries is feeling it. Leo's definitely feeling it too. I feel like Leo's doing pretty well right now with the energy of Venus in their sign. So I wrote down some notes I'll read to you before I sign off here. But wrote down expansive, open mind. Move on from what doesn't align with your truth, but without becoming inflamed in order to do it, and applying discernment to determine if that is really the best course of action. Are you somehow both not speaking diplomatically and not saying what you really need to say? So it's like you're offending people by saying things that are hurtful or inconsiderate, and yet you're still afraid to say the things that you know might hurt someone, but that actually are your important truth. So tap in to compassion. Speak your Sagittarius truth. Open to dreams and inspiration. Love you, bye.